Speech Pitch by INESC-ID.
Hi there, and welcome to Speech Pitch by INESC-ID. I'm Wei again, and today I have with me Rolland.
Hello.
Hello, Thomas. So nice to see you again. I really have to say, even though it's my first Interspeech, but we haven't seen each other for such a long time, right?
Yes, it's been a while, yeah.
Yeah. To let our audience a bit familiar with the situation we have here, it's because we share the same PhD program, this EU Horizon 2020 Marie Curie training event, right?
Yes, the tapas event. I like the name.
Yeah. I also quite surprised from yesterday that you were the kind of the OG of our Speech Pitch podcast.
Yeah, I'm one of them, like part of the, like we were like a couple of us, like from Portugal mostly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we come up with the idea of the podcast in 2020 or 2021, something like that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't be there. It was during COVID a little bit.
But that's exactly why we come up with the idea.
Cool.
Like, I don't know if we ever say it in the podcast, but we come up with the idea because, like during COVID, we couldn't go in person to meet, nice researcher and everything.
Exactly.
So we decided to bring the researcher to us, basically.
That's amazing, actually. It's another way to touch our audience.
Yes.
To let them keep updated about what's happening here in our speech community in general.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Oh, I like the idea, and I'm glad I joined the group.
Yeah. INESC-ID is really nice. I really enjoy my time in INESC-ID.
Yeah, me too. I was joined with some student events like Meet Mentoring, Doctor Consortium, and I got a lot of help from there actually. So I'm also like to contribute. I guess you're the same?
Yeah, I was mostly helping in the student meet experts because that's the one I found the most funny for me to organize. But obviously I help for all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, my student meet expert was really mine, let's say.
You can say that, of course.
Yeah, no. It's a teamwork. It's not like, yeah.
I know. Everybody contribute, but yeah, good to know this history a little bit. So tell me a little bit about your research. I mean, we haven't seen each other so far.
Yeah,
for such a long time.
So my research is about children's speech recognition, which I believe children, speech processing in general is a bit more complex than healthy speech, obviously, as there is variation and we don't have a lot of data. And my focus is on automatic speech recognition, and my vision of this is that we have big models like Urbert, Whisper, Conformer, whatsoever, and these big models are like very big with a lot of parameters, and our data sets are super small. Like we often have less than 100 hours. So my idea is that my field of research is that let's investigate everything that is parameter efficient. Yeah. Let's try to find if there is this can be beneficial, and well, so far it turns out that it is. So that's what I'm doing, and I did as well a tiny bit of work on using synthetic speech as data augmentation, but also using parameter efficient techniques because I like it.
Yeah, this refreshed my memory. Actually, several years ago, I mean, we were talking about your research, and you mentioned some similar issue that the very little data set available for children's speech, but the model generally requires a lot of training data. Yeah. And I'm very glad to see that you're exploring and you kind of found the solution for this problem now.
Yeah, well, there is still a lot to explore. Luckily, I'm glad because otherwise I'll be jobless. But there's still a lot of job to do and a lot of research. But yeah, because if you look at it, parameter efficient really been around since 2019, I would say, and pretty recent. So there is a lot of different approach. We still learning how the transformer, for instance, the transformer model is working and how we can actually improve stuff. So super interesting field of research, in my opinion.
So, Thomas, you have a presentation at Interspeech, isn't it?
Yes, I actually have 2 this year.
Oh, wow. Yeah, tell me about that.
They didn't get published for years, and then when I get published, it's 2. So I'm lucky. I'm very lucky. So the first one is in more or less an hour, 45 minutes actually.
We'll finish definitely.
Yeah, we have time. So it's on actually parameter efficient approach, and we just evaluate for children different parameter efficient approach, and we find out that basically you always have a trade-off to do between parameter efficiency and accuracy or whatever, right?
Yes.
And we propose, so that's the first contribution of this paper, is like evaluating everything. And then we figured out that either you have like very parameter efficient or either very bad results or the opposite.
Okay.
And we propose a new technique that basically is the best trade-off from all the methods that we assess. And yeah, that's an oral session. And then on Thursday, I have like a poster session, which is going to be also interesting. I also prefer poster, but that's only a personal taste.
Okay. I will try to be there for your oral session, I think.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Of course, I'm so interested in it. And actually, I saw your study during the opening ceremony, right?
Yeah, like that was probably the most stressful experience. Like even defending the PhD wasn't as stressful as having your work like in front of 2,000 people that know what is it about. Because for my defense, it was my family that was there. My family don't know about transformers and all. They were just like, clapping and look at my defense basically. But here, like everybody understood, and I was like really, really stressed. I didn't even dare because I was really in the front, and I didn't dare, look, back if people were like bored or something. So I was too stressed. No.
I have to tell you, I really enjoyed that part. I'm
Thank
so
you.
looking forward to your presentation and the
Thank you,
posters. Yes. Do you like the Interspeech in general this year?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like, can you imagine? You go to Interspeech, and then when it becomes a bit too overwhelmed, you just go to the sea and you go swim a bit, and then like you're all fresh and you're ready to go back.
Nice.
So no, it usually is really nice. I really enjoy the organization. I like the fact that the poster session are really close to each other, so you can really like walk around very easily. You don't have to walk super far. I've been in other conferences where you really have to walk, and then like from one session to another, if you want to see something, like you almost have to run. And here is really cool. Everything is near, so that's super nice for that.
I'm very glad to hear that, because this is my first Interspeech attendance. Actually, my first this big conference kind of attendance. And when you are saying it, I also feel it like they're very close to each other, and they're like first floor, second floor. You are very easy to reach or move from one location to the other.
Yeah. Here it's easy. It's easy.
Yeah.
There is like 2 floors, so it's super easy to access.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Have you seen some interesting presentations already or related to your work?
Related to my work, not yet, because obviously they're gonna be on the same session as me. So
Makes sense.
looking forward to like the session this afternoon and on Thursday. But I come across a couple of nice posters because I really like the posters. You can really communicate a bit more. But I come across a couple of one that's really fine. The idea or the task was a bit, differ from what you usually see.
Yeah.
And I like the kind of process on how they solve the problem. It was really, some of them are super nice. Yeah.
Have you seen some researchers you found their work really interesting or very related, or you may want to discuss a bit more later on?
Well, that's why I'm attending my session. Like, I see all the paper and I'm like, I want to ask them a question to every single one of them.
Oh, perfect.
So, yeah.
That's the part, right? Like, Interspeech bring us all together.
Yeah, like, and there is also like the nice thing about Interspeech is there is a lot of different people working from different things in speech still, but like even other than speech, I think that now we also extend to like snoring and other human signal.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there is also, for instance, like automatic speech recognition, but I can always go like translation, like speech translation, and can also see other tasks and like draw inspiration from them, and that I think is super nice.
Yeah. Do you enjoy this island, this Kos Greece island?
I haven't visited yet. Like I literally arrived when the conference started.
Okay.
But I've been in Rhodes like last week, and it was really nice. Yeah.
Okay. Are you planning to have a short tour or?
No, I won't have time. But we did like with my colleagues, we did already a short tour in around like a bit of Rhodes and a bit of Turkey as well.
Okay.
So we did enjoy. It was like kind of summer vacation. So
okay.
I like
good to
I like
hear.
the conference center when it's like when it's all in such paradise location. So it's really nice. Like it's really sunny. It's really really warm.
Very glad to hear that you enjoy both the research but also the location, the weather, the atmosphere here. Come to the end to my questions. Thank you very much for coming to our Speech Pitch podcast today, Thomas. Very happy to have you and see you again, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to this short bonus episode. Stay tuned, and we may interview your favorite speech researcher. Don't forget to subscribe wherever you are listening to your podcast, and also follow the ISCA-SAC on YouTube and LinkedIn.
Speech pitch by ISCA-SAC.